Alright, you bum boils on toast, welcome to my Crysis Remastered review. Being played on the PlayStation 5. And there will indeed be spoilers abound. Just to warn you all before we get fully into the muck of this thing. Now I remember when Crysis came out back in the day, it was this sort of mythological game if you didn't have like a NASA supercomputer, and even then, people couldn't run it properly. So no matter what you were running it on, it was always going to be a wee bit on the janky side. Well, it's kind of still a wee bit on the janky side because it is an older game. I still think it's well worth putting in some time with though, because it's still a lot of fun. I originally played Crysis on the Xbox 360, and it was basically restructured and remade from the ground up so it could run on this machine and the PlayStation 3. So there were some things missing, like the VTOL section, where you go you're in that flying thing shooting down the alien squid things. That was completely gone. But I think that was the only like really major omission to the game. Obviously the graphics weren't as nice, didn't have the draw distance or the frame rate the same, but other than that it was still very much Crysis. And this version of the game is part of a trilogy remaster. Now the only really annoying thing about that is there's still no Crysis Warhead on this disc. It was the add-on for the first game. I don't think it was terribly long, but I would still like to play it because it was meant to be pretty damn good. And your guess is as good as mine as to why this has not been included with this package. Probably because maybe they want DLC later, or maybe there's a rights issue somewhere down the line. Who knows, could be a myriad of problems holding it up. Never mind, not to worry. We've still got 3 belters of games to, work through. And I have just recently finished this today, and I loved every minute of it. Well, maybe not every minute. There are a few small issues, shall we say, which I will delve into in due course, I will start this off by saying the game looks absolutely amazing. What a fucking job they've done in it, I'm no kidding. Other than a few graphical glitches that I've seen, the game's beautiful. Aye, it just is. It's just, very impressed. Very sunny looking. And you get to other parts and it's like even sunnier, and there's like water you can swim in, and you can, it's good. It looks really good. So if you're not impressed with the graphics, I don't know what to tell you. Fuck off. Nah, I'm joking, right? Fucking don't have a hernia. Don't want some fucking bollock to pop into your mouth through anger and frustration. Like that bastard told me to fuck off in a joking fashion. Cancel him.
Something's here. It's got Jester!
We have to go! We have to go now!
Can he cancel me? Because I am nobody. Absolutely nobody. And I will mix up the good points and bad points. I'm not going to do a list of good, list of bad. We'll come to it as I have written it down in this pad. Right, the autosaves are a wee bit on the aggressive side. I've noticed they need to sort that out. Especially if you're driving a motor and you'll just be like, stop! And you stop and it's a jumpy stop. And it jumps all over the place. And I'm like, fuck's sake, game. Can you make that a wee bit smoother? Please? Even when you're on foot and you could be in the middle of a fucking firefight and you're like, Jesus! That needs fixing, but that's a small thing, and the chances you've been in a firefight when it loading like that is quite slim, but it does happen. I tend to find the difficulty can be a bit of a bitch as well. You don't really feel like a super soldier in this game, you're like some wee guy that just dies after 3 hits. Dead. Aye, so you'll need to watch out for the difficulty spikes though. Right, what else? The gunplay's fun, gameplay's good. I mean, I have no complaints there. It's as fun as any other Call of Duty game or Halo game or whatever. I just kind of wish the grenade was on like a button rather than having to select it like a weapon. That's a pure old thing. That's like Quake 2 levels of old. Although this isn't quite as old as Quake 2. Or is it? I can't tell because it's that good looking. I'm not hanging about the game. It's like the whole thing just reminds me of Half-Life 2 for some reason. Just got that sort of, you're in a bigger world, but you're not in a bigger world type feel. I mean, it's pseudo open world. It's not really open world, but you've got like a big map, and you've got, you know, like many options to infiltrate a base. But it's not like fucking, no, it's not properly open world. Pseudo, many areas of advantage to kill people over and over again, and then have them spot you when you least expect it, and then fuck you with a shotgun blast to the face. But it can be unremarkable as well at times when you notice that it really is just a bench test for a PC. Well, that's what it was back in the day. I mean, it's good. I mean, it is good fun. It's just sometimes I'm like, fucking nah, I'm getting annoyed with this. I'm just a bit bored of it. Vehicle sections though, there's like a tank section. I just kept getting my fucking arse kicked. And I was like, where are these shots even coming from? I think I need specs. Do you know what? I think it's not the game, I think it's just me. It's me being an old bastard. Sorry about that. Nearly 40 in like 2 months. 3 months. 2 and a bit month, we'll say. Jesus. 40. Anyway, swiftly moving on for that pish. I mean, well, whatever complaints I can really throw at it. I mean, there's not enough to stop me playing. And there weren't enough to stop me playing. I did finish it. And this is the second time I finished the first game. Alright, the first time I finished it was a cut back version, but that still counts. I mean, the first time I finished Doom 3 was in the PC, and then I played the Xbox, the original Xbox version of it, which was also a cut back game. Cut back levels, cut back bits in levels. And I actually thought it was a better game. Pacing wise, it was a lot more fun. Don't agree here with the Crysis though, with the VTOL mission being put back. It doesn't really feel that it stretches the game out to like unreasonable proportions. It's a good game. And the aliens are weird. The aliens don't show up though till like the last third of the title though. Or the third act, I should say. Last third, silly prick. And they're a bit unremarkable because they're like big squids, wee squids, and a giant tank thing, and then you fight an even bigger flying thing at the end. So it's like they really didn't have time to develop the aliens, I don't feel. But it's still, I know. I still say it's a good time. And well, it's part of a pack, so even if you didn't like it, you're going to get Crysis 2 and 3. I still say dive in, give this one a bash, give it another chance if you've came away from it before, because you might be pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised, actually. I know I was, but you know what I mean. It was like no fucking. No, I didn't hate the game before, but I think I like it a wee bit more now because I've actually played the proper full version. There's side activities today as well. You'll notice them, there'll be like wee yellow dots rather than your wee green dots on your map. Map's a bit shite, right enough, but kinda looks like an actual military game, like something you'd find in like one of the early Tom Clancy titles. It's like, well, we're military. And you will fight other nano suit soldiers later on in the game that are bad guys. They just take a few extra hits to kill, but they can kill you very, very, very quickly, and they can go invisible, but they're basically you. So that's good fun. And that's really all I have to say in Crysis. It's maybe shown its age a wee bit in some places, but others, no. Graphics are sweet, still looks great, still plays good. Aye, no complaints. I like the suit abilities. Enjoy if you decide to dive in, and I think you should. I absolutely think you should. Right, and I'll be doing the reviews of the next two, so that'll be the next two videos, but they'll come a wee bit later on. I need to play them and all that shit. Record and edit and all that geek, so I'll say goodnight and au revoir.
What in the name of General Patton is that fucking thing? Get out of here, Vulture. This bastard belongs to me.
What about you, Major?
I'm a Marine, son! I'll walk on water if I have to. Now get off my fucking island while I draw its fire. Bring it on!
Hang on! We're overloaded! I think we can make it! Hold tight!
Strickland!
I can do. It's all I can do for any of us. You're my last shot here. Gould's last chance. Last chance for all of us. I'm used up. I'm a dead man walking. I'm contaminated. But you can finish this thing. You have to. You have to. Welcome to the future, son. Welcome to the war. Oh yeah, one last wish. It won't let me go that easily. Symbiosis. Gotta break the link. I gave you the suit. Gave you my life. Promise me. Fine, Gould. It's all I can do now. You are all I can do. They used to call me Prophet. Remember me.
Terrible sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. I'm too busy making Dobby! Alright folks, how's it going? And this video will be Crysis 2 Remastered review. I hope you're all as excited as I am for making this video, for watching this video, right? Where do we start with this one? Well, we'll start with the visuals, shall we? It's a beautiful game. It's even better looking than the first game, which I would expect that, to be honest, being a sequel, you know. You don't buy a sequel and expect it to look exactly the same. A wee bit flair here and there, you know. Brilliant. You don't expect it to look the same, you know, like, aye. So in the last game you went somebody called Nomad, and in this game you're going somebody called Alcatraz. Alcatraz! What kind of a name is that? I mean, Alcatraz. So obviously a call sign and not an actual name, but you get the idea. The aliens have changed as well for some reason. They're now bipedal squid-based things rather than being flying squid-based things. But I think the bipedalness is just like a sort of Krang, like big fucking mech suit thing for them, because they look like robots in places. I think they're just like suits, kind of like we're in a suit, so they're in a suit. You know, juxtapositions and all that. And I really do like the way they've tied the levels back a wee bit more than they were in the first game. They were open, but they were just needlessly open. I don't really feel it added all that much, because when I failed a mission, you know, I'd just go back the same way I did the last time until I beat it. That really is the fucking definition of insanity, but sometimes it would work. So really, you know, is it the definition of insanity then? I mean, the whole point is you're doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Well, sometimes in video games you can do things over and over in the same way and get that different result in the end. So, why mind bending? I'm a philosopher, by the way. A philosopher of talking fish. But even though the levels are smaller in scope, well, you're in a city, so they kind of have to be. You don't have the same level of openness in a city you do in a jungle. You understand? You've still got the same level of openness to do your, you know, your wee stealthy mission here and your wee actiony mission there, and there's vehicle missions here and there, and you can't really stealth them, unfortunately. You just kind of need to go with it. Blow everything up. Great though, do like that. I'm a big fan of that shit. There isn't the same level of weapons though in this game. You get two different types of pistols, a shotgun, sniper rifle, and a couple of machine guns, and that's it. I haven't been able to pick up any alien weaponry thus far. I have finished this game, but I can't remember, because it was a while ago now. Can't remember if you pick up the alien weapons like you do right at the end of the first game, but you might do, you might not do. To be honest, the aliens usually do die easily enough with just conventional human weapons, so probably not, no.
Get off the street! Move! Move!
You can grab your enemies again and fling them off the ledges, which is great fun. I always like that shit. You also get a nice new cool infrared mode like the Predator. brilliant for hunting down alien scum and sending them back to the hell that spawned them, or the spaceship that landed them. Area. I feel this game controls a lot better as well, and the shooting's so much more satisfying than the first game. Almost feels like a good Call of Duty game, you know, when Call of Duty used to be, you know, good. Unlike now, where it's... Well, I wouldn't say it's bad, but I don't like the way the game installs anymore, and it takes up that much fucking space in your hard drive that you can barely get any bastarding games on it. So fuck Call of Duty. Fuck it up, it's bookie. Right, I need to discuss the bad with you for just a brief moment in time, right? And so far, the worst things that I've come across are graphical glitches, but there is one particular moment in time in this game where I thought the graphical glitch was that bad that I couldn't actually tell what I was doing for a brief second or two. I'll show you what I mean.
I fucking know!
It's human tissue. It's people.
Aye, it's pretty bad, isn't it? You're like, how the fuck did they manage to ship the game without noticing this glitch? It's fucking huge. It's that entire wee portion of the level. And it looks like newspaper print. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why is this here? Now, it's no game-breaking bug, okay? It isn't. But it does really mar my experience. I'm like, right into the zone and you see that shite and you're like, fuck's sake. It's not as bad as the Halo 5 glitch that I came across in the Xbox One, where the whole fucking level disappeared, but I reloaded and that sorted that mess out, whereas reloading the checkpoint, reloading the game, didn't fix this problem. So get it together, Crytek, for God's sake. You're putting a big shit stain on your otherwise pristine undies here. So what you do have here is a very well made game with some really ugly marred fucking pot boils and fucking a couple of wee skin tags here and there. It can be removed post birth, but shouldn't have been there in the first place, do you know what I mean? But I did really enjoy the game. I think it is very, very good. It's a lot of fun. I do prefer the smaller focus and level design because it's actually tells a better environmental story, I think. And this fucking tropical island thing has been done to death at this point. So I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. And that will wrap up this review. It'll be a bit shorter than the last one, but that's okay. And we'll be doing Crysis 3 next. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Intrusion detected. Insufficient common code. Rejecting. 23 years ago, the alien Ceph invaded our world. We stopped them. I stopped them. But the Cell Corporation seized the opportunity, stepping into the power vacuum, quickly growing in size and influence to the brink of world domination. Cell took us all by surprise. Even me. They call me Prophet. And I'm the only one who knows what's coming. Cell are not the real threat to our world. The most powerful alien, the Alpha Ceph, still lives.
here we go again, right? Farting a wind and breezy treeks and I don't know what the hell I'm saying half the time here. I'm just letting things roll off the tongue and scalp the microphone in its cupped face. Right, today we are talking. Today, can you all hear and see me? At the back there, good. Prof Craggs in the house. And we are talking Crysis 3 Remastered. The shortest of the 3 Crysis games. Oh yes it is. Right, I'm going to start with the look and feel of the game. Plays pretty much the same as Crysis 2. So, not long off the back of that what I was, it's just pretty much the same. Now the design choice was a wee bit off in places for me. There was some instances when I was in firefights and I couldn't see what I was doing because there was too much grass in the road. Now, this is set in just after, or years after, or months after, I don't know how long, don't know what the passage of time is. After the second game, New York's been destroyed by the Ceph, and it's been quarantined under a huge dome. Oh aye, and Psycho for the first game's back in it. Smashing! Returning characters! Need that shit in a game. Anyway, so it's, the firefights are a bit off. You get a bow in this game. Like, that was like a whole theme back when this came out. Was it 2013, 2012, somewhere around there? Where every game had to have a bow. And when I say every game, I mean 3. There was this, there was The Last of Us with a bow, and there was Tomb Raider with a bow. Speaking of the bow in this game, it's got different ammo types. You've got your normal arrows, which pierce things quite nicely. You've got electric arrows for when you need to set a wee buzz about the people that are in the water. You get explosive ammo, and then you've got another type of explosive arrow. So it's good fun. Big bow. I actually kept forgetting about it through this playthrough, and I was like, oh, my fucking bow.
Oh, hold up, it's muffin time from the Muffin Man in Drury Lane.
Yes, I'm eating a chocolate chip muffin. Good. Right, what else? What else? Oh, I got a new wee hacking game in this beast. It's a lovely wee mini game. It's kind of tough at times, but it's fun, and you can get wee like sort of enhancements for your suit that make the hacking easier. That's exciting to me because I actually really like wee mini games like that. Mass Effect 2 had awesome wee hacking mini games. So did Bioshock and Bioshock 2. I did find the enemy AI to be a wee bit, well, fucking stupid. Sometimes they walked right past me and didn't see me, and I'm like, you blind? No, I probably had the fucking cloak on and forgot about it. No, but the AI is not the best. It's it can be hit and miss with these types of games, you know. It's also a really short game. I found that really disappointing. I think all in it's about like 6 or 8 hours. It's like a Call of Duty. I'm like, fuck, it's done! I was like, shit! Even though it's got some nice big open levels to have carnage in, it's like they're over in the blink of a fucking eye. I played it in normal and you get this sort of like Gauss sniper rifle. And the big walking things that you see in the second game and this game as well. I was leathering them with a few hits. I thought, what's going on here? What the fuck's going on? Even with the amount of times I died, it's like, it's short as fuck! No! This is why I think the second game's my favourite out of all of them, because it's a good length.
That's what she said, not no.
Right, moving on with the festivities, shall we? Shall we talk about something other than innuendos? Talked about the big levels, Psycho's returned, enemy eye is pish, fun new wee hacking game, has a beautiful bow, looks amazing, and it's got some fucking massive, gnarly, annoying boss fights too. Just 2 of them, but that's enough. Plenty of that shit. Died loads in this game. I recommend you stealth as much as you can. Unless you're a nutter like me, and just go fuck it. Balls to the wall. Guns out. Overall, I didn't enjoy this one just quite as much as the second game. I found it's like some of the locations to fight in were they were fucking cluttered as fuck. And sometimes I just couldn't see what I was doing. There's a nice upgrade system you've got where you can, like, you'll have 4 slots and you can pick 4 different things like heavy armour, light armour, faster health regen, better stealth and all that pish. And then you can make up like 3 or 4 different rebuilds and sort of put them onto your pad, like your triangle button or your circle button. So that was quite nifty. That was a nice new change, but the game's not got enough for me. It had a multiplayer mode, I think that's been long defunct. I don't know if it's brought back for this, because I really couldn't give a fuck less about multiplayer. It's just, it didn't have the same sort of impact as the second game, which is a bit of a shame. Kinda feels more like standalone DLC just for the sheer length of it. Because I was shocked. I remember it being short, but fucking hell, man, finished it over like 2 days. I was like, what? Took me a week. Took me 2 weeks. No, about a week and a half to finish the first one. About a week to finish the second one, then 2 days to finish the third one. Ugh, it's got replay value in the fact that it's a lot of fun, but if you don't really care about that or care about trophy hunting or achievement hunting, there isn't an awful lot to bring you back. I'll probably play this again at some point, but no for a wee while yet. Just finished it right enough, so it's only the second time I've played through the campaign. Same goes for 2, only played through them twice. Actually, same goes for all 3 games, that's the second playthrough of each. Played the original 360 versions back in the day, and yeah, I appreciated the more narrower scope of the second game, but I think they've narrowed it a little too much in this one. There are vehicle sections as well, and the set pieces are really, they're stunning to look at, but they're over in the blink of an eye. Oh fuck. Anyway, I still think the whole thing on its own is a great wee, you know, collection to have. It's an interesting wee collection just to see how the game's evolved over time, how they became smaller and then ultimately shorter in their actual play length, which can be a boon. Some games can go on far too long. I think the first game went on maybe a little bit too long. There's some sections where you're just fighting wave after wave after wave of enemy and you're like, fucking wrap this pish. And then when you're in the third game, it's like, could this not last a wee bit longer? There's a better balance needed to be struck there, I thought, but what the fuck do I know? There's rumours of a 4th one now in development, but after this, I don't see what the fucking could really do, other than rehashing like they did with Gears of War. I actually think Halo's probably the only series that's had like a really long lifespan, or well, Doom as well, that I've not felt that it's really been forced. There was a couple of beats in the Halo 4 game, the story wise, I didn't like, but generally I don't feel that the story was completely rehashed. I like the twists and turns. Gears of War though, that's just, they've just taken the story and went, what can we do differently? Let's put a more female slant chant on it, and then that's really it. It's like, what? Great games though, but the stories are shite. Anyway, thanks for watching my pish.